Welcome to the Star Autopsy, and today we have super interesting topic. Without further ado, just going to jump straight in it. So I think this is going to be one of more talked about, at least recently, fashion topics. So John Galliano and Zara. What happened? What's going on? Thought it would be really good to first go through quickly who is John Galliano? Why is it so not controversial, but kind of controversial, kind of strange that he's doing it, and maybe we will land to a conclusion why he might be doing it, what happened in his life. So I thought we're just going to go through a quick refresher, like a short what he did, who he is, his career story, what happened, scandals, and we're going to go into the Zara shenanigans, Zara archives. Apparently, they exist. So let's go through it. So initially, John Galliano graduated. Well, he went to Central Smartens in the 80s. I think he graduated in 84. And he was like straight away kind of like a prodigy. His graduate collection being bought, whole collection being bought by I think some unknown like a retailer. I never heard about that retailer. Was this Joanne Burstein? Let's see quickly. What was Joanne Burstein? I'm unprepared. So yeah, then that was a kind of like a chain of boutiques around London. Straight away, really good start. He was not coming from like a rich family, so there was also mentioned that he was struggling artist, but his vision, he was like a visionary. They say he wasn't like a designer. He was kind of had a creative direction mind. So his collections, all of them later on, were very like historically inspired, but also they had a story. It was very much kind of like a movies. It was, well, not movies, but the same idea. He was directing with a vision, with a story in mind. So very unlike for students to straight away think like this. So that's why he was picked up. But I'll post some of his graduate collection. To be fair, for me, initially this collection gives a very chaotic vibe, but he is known and he became known for like kind of deconstructive, constructive kind of style. So there is a lot of going on, lots of layers, lots of patterns, very historically inspired. I know, like kind of borderline costumes his outfit, his looks were, but he was very like French Revolution style inspired. Like after, I think there's some looks that are more of like 1920s, or like at least makeup wise, but initial it was very like a Victorian, kind of like a French Revolution vibes going on. So then he gained like recognition around London. I guess honestly the competition wasn't as high then. So obviously if someone gets like his graduate collection gets bought straight away, people talk, and he became very known around London. He started his own brand. He had like awards by a British Fashion Council. So initially, even though he got all that recognition for his craft, he didn't have money, so he was struggling a bit of financially because he didn't have a very business oriented mind, and he was like funding like a lot of young artists, so he was struggling a bit. Then he moved to France. Same continues. There was talks that his friends were helping him out and things like this, so he wasn't like straight away after university, he wasn't like a millionaire artist, but he was still doing like for his brand. He was doing, he's saying they were like smaller shows, but they were very influential, they were very talked about. He became known for his bias cut dresses, like the one on Kate Moss, like kind of silk bias cut. So since graduation, that's what he was doing until, well, since like 1984, he was running his own brand. So it almost took him 10 years to start taking off, and he was appointed a creative director at Givenchy in 1995. And it looks like he only did that for a year, but that was like straight away kind of put him on a map of like creative directors. So he was doing that. He only did it for a year because they were not giving him much of a freedom in designing. So they believed in him enough to appoint him a creative director. But then because he was kind of like crazy with his designs, they were very out there, very theatrical, very like borderline costumey. Year after, he moved to Dior as a creative director, and that's where he gave him lots of freedom. That's where he really took off. Lots of iconic looks from Dior at that time. Let's have even had a Princess Diana where he's dresses then. So at this point he's established, he's doing really well, he's reaching his peak. All the Dior looks at the same time, so he was running his brand and he was directing for Dior. Let's have a look at the most exciting collections, maybe most known from that time. Let's first look at the John Galliano ones. Like we can see, even that 1993 one, amazing, like very, I don't know, it's not really my personal style, but they're really intensely all over the place. A lot of patterns, lots of deconstructive looks. Like it's a lot going on the head, but I kind of like it. Like it's cohesive enough. It makes sense. Like you can see the vision there. I'll be flashing some of these looks here. Like really, really cool ideas. Like some of these it kind of gives some of them kind of gives me Vivienne Westwood. But yeah, you can see on this one, the lady with the bag. You can see you can see a lot of the bias cuts in here, and honestly, bias cutting, especially like in here, when you have bias cut layers, it gets very tricky. It's not an easy skill, and he became known for that as well. And another one picked from like a 1996. You can see the theater. You can see the story focus that he had when he was designing it, and the way he was thinking about presenting it on a runway as well. All of that kind of like the way McQueen was doing as well. All of the theater of it all, it is theater. It's not necessarily wearable clothing. It's art. Some of the models are like walking. Like there's a lot of things going on. Sitting down, just telling the story that he designed within the clothing. You can always see in another one, early 2000s. They are very intense. If he fixated on some sort of pattern or idea, he goes all out, like full on costume. They're not costumes, but they're very intense when it comes to presentation. I love the volume in the dresses. And again, you can see all those techniques that he loved within it, like all that kind of Victorian time, all the bias cut, like always continues through it. I love those tulle dresses. These really eye-catching. Oh, this one, even that, again, I don't necessarily like asymmetrical stuff. This beautiful, like it looks so cool. And because this is his own brand, you probably recognize more of the looks that we'll look on later, that he was designing for, like, I don't know, Dior, Margiela, or whatnot. But for his brand, he was not stopping his creative, like whatever he wanted to do, he was going full on crazy. That's why some of these might be too much. I feel like he's designing better when he's under a different brand. Like these a bit, like I like the idea, but it's a bit much. It's just a bit much all over the place, like it's very chaotic. And I feel like when he was designing for Dior or Margiela, it was very, like, he structured his style and he fit within the, like, whatever brand he was working for, which worked better. I like those more. Like on this collection 2007, we can see the makeup. Or you could already see some of it before, but in this one you can see the one he brought back recently for, or was it the one that Zendaya wore for, I think, Met Gala a year or 2 years ago. Like you can see the makeup that he already liked. So, and here it feels a bit chaotic. I feel like when he took his idea and fit it around different brand, it works much better. Like, at least from my personal aesthetic, I like that a bit more. Let's just look at one more. So that's a mental one. So this one I also remember really well when it came out. So the Charlie Chaplin one, like very intense. When his inspirations are very in your face. They're not like, oh, you need to look into the details for what the meaning is or like whatever. He's a very like in your face. Really cool design. Basically Charlie Chaplin if he was living in 2007. Like in here we have the 1999 couture collection that he did for Christian Dior. So we can see this look, everyone, like, for those brands, he created those iconic looks that you show someone that image, they remember that. I think that was, I don't want to lie, I think that was Celine Dion, but I might be wrong, but that image is very iconic. And still, you can see in those like makeups in this vibe, he's aesthetic, but it's just refined. I feel like when he works with different brands, it refines his ideas a bit more, or maybe the people around him. It's easier to work with different person perspective, but these are really cool. All of this is a bit almost too much, but for me, it's just a like perfect balance. But looking even like briefly at all of those, because I'm trying to see if any of those collections like popped out to me, something that I like remember, but they're all very theatrical, very John Galliano. You can really tell like it was a spectacle. It was beautiful. Like that collection, like you can see he would pick a theme, and this is almost costuming. It is costume. It's that weird fine line. Very intense, very out there. These are not the looks for the week, but for him it was, the clothes were the medium to create the vision. Like he wanted to tell the story through it. It's amazing. Okay, we need to move on. Again, this collection I remember like it was yesterday. Kind of very much geisha makeup inspired, but then the looks are very Asian, but he really took his own twist to it. I love the colors. I love how intense this pink look is. Amazing. The construction of those looks as well, they're very complicated. His work, again, always a lot. I know he had like some simple slip dresses or like bias cut and things like this, but what I think about when I hear John Galliano is that intense. That is a lot. It's a lot on the hair. It's a lot on the face. A lot on the clothes. Everything is a lot, which we need people like this. So yeah, that was, he was doing for Dior. Pretty sure he brought back that saddlebag. He was setting trends. It was all lovely until one evening in 2011 that it's pretty controversial that everyone heard about. I'm not going to put the videos in here because I don't want those videos on my channel. It's quite rough. I think you can definitely Google it, and if not, you probably heard about. So he was under a lot of pressure. He was taking a lot of drugs, drinking, and doing all sorts. And one day in a pub, I don't remember it exactly because I didn't rewatch it. Now I couldn't bother, but I know he said something racist, something like anti-Semitic comments to somebody in a pub that's been recording, put on the internet, and over one night his career ended. I think it was very intense. I was googling today and I didn't even know. I just thought this video circulated. It was really everywhere, and Dior fired him. Like everyone dropped him, banned from Paris Fashion, like intense. But I thought it was just a video. I didn't know there was actual court case. So he had actual charges put against him, against by these people. So there were charges against him, and he had, like in court they did say he only got a fine of €6,000, but it doesn't matter. He was like not pleaded guilty. He was, how do you say that? He lost the case basically in court because obviously there was a really intense video footage. So I don't think it was some intense investigation. Just people put him, they put a complaint against him, took him to court, and there's a video evidence. Simple as that. So I was surprised to hear there was actual charges against him. It's not just a video and companies thought we want nothing to do with him. So that makes more sense. Once he was fully banned, technically he's a criminal offender. Nobody wants to do anything with a person like that. And then from 2011, there's nothing. For 3 years, there's nothing. No work is released. I know he went to a rehab center. I didn't even know, like I was literally researching that today when I was doing the video for this video, that he really, apparently people believe that he changed because he went for rehab, he stopped drinking, stopped taking any drugs. He was he was willing to educate himself in the matters that he was commenting on in the pub. So he was meeting with like a Jewish community. How much of that was just for the PR? How much was it because he actually cared to change? Nobody ever gonna know, but he was doing things to prove himself and other people that he's not a bad person. So for 3 years there was nothing, and then Margiela decided to give him a chance. I think there's some relation between him and somebody in there. Yeah, so I think the person at the Margiela, like he had some sort of connection with, and they just noticed the actual difference. They knew he actually stopped taking any drugs and drinking for full 3 years. By then, they seen actual change in him as a person, so decided to give him a chance, and paid off for everybody. In 2014, he joined Margiela as a creative director, and then he's a very amazing artist, so he proved himself. He just needed now time to rebuild his name, so that's what he was working over years at Margiela, creating amazing looks, really iconic looks again. And his collection for Margiela initially was definitely more toned down. This one was, you can see Galliano's aesthetic, but it was more toned down. I think he needed some time to, feel emotionally, feel the freedom to do things like this. He didn't want to go too risky. But you can see like then this 2016, you can really see still like that deconstructive stuff coming in. You can see his aesthetic, but it's much more calmed down than what it used to. So it definitely shows that it changed him, the situation, and the not ability to create anything for 3 years. It changed him creatively as well. Maybe that's why the pieces were more toned down. In this one, from 2016, you can see this type of like more of intensity in visuals coming through. The makeup is coming, like I think it's becoming slowly more and more Galliano again. That collection is amazing. I love this polka dot dress with a puffy sleeves. Very, like, I think Margiela ones, again, these are more of my aesthetic. I'll enjoy them more than just a classic Galliano because these are more toned down versions of Galliano. This collection from 2017 was really cool because I really like that type of see-through aesthetics, and he was using that in here quite a lot, like see-through trenches. I like the makeup that was going with it. That jacket, so cool. What is this made from? The jacket is just honestly pure skill. How complicated that is, I can't even imagine, because it looks like it's vertical layers attached to a base, and it still then created that amazing shape. Beautiful. Yeah, we can see up close as honestly, can't even imagine how much time this would take, but it's beautiful. The detailing, so satisfying to look at. Amazing look. And then we land, I think this was the last collection he did on Margiela, because then in 2024 he left Margiela. And I was trying to find out why he left, what happened. Apparently there was no drama. It's just his contract initially that he signed was for 10 years. And he decided, both sides decided not to renew the contract. So that was just an end basically. But that collection really made a mark. Everyone talked about it. The makeup that I think Pat McGrath did was everywhere online. These looks were beautiful. That's a really Galliano set. Honestly, this is just what I wanted from Galliano. See-through looks, bias cuts, that kind of theatrical but not too much vibe. It's a costume but not exactly. Like it's just a perfect fine line. Detailing. It's a lot going on, but it's very well balanced. It's beautiful. It's just perfect. And the models that he picked, the actress that he picked, honestly, like these. Look at the colors that are going on in here. Like just there's all these colors are placed so perfectly, and the layers of chew, the sheerness of it, the perfect placement. Honestly, this is so satisfying to look at. It's absolutely beautiful. And this final look the actress wore, stunning. Like the makeup, the hair, very much like I feel like he ended on such a high note. Like basically, since he started on Margiela, since they gave him a chance, he took it all and really made sure that he rebuilt his name in those 10 years. And right now, I think he's at his peak. Like it was going all great because everyone was expecting him to just go and work for different fashion house again, or maybe work for I don't know, Dior again, or one of the bigger brands. And there you go. 2 years later, we hear that he'll be doing some 2-year contract with Zara. He's not becoming creative director of Zara, but we'll have to wait and see what actually comes out of it. So from what I'm thinking that will be, it's kind of Zara trying to do what H&M is doing with the designers. You know, the designers collab, that kind of mix and match. But I guess that will be just a line that Galliano will do outside of like Zara line. That will be like 2 years type of collaboration. It's not going to be just one of collection drop. The only thing that so far just, I don't know, bothers me is I personally really hate Zara as a brand. Like I know fast fashion brands need to exist and it's life. Obviously, not everyone have money to be buying like a high quality clothing, even though you can go to charity shops and just resell stuff. But I get it. Like I'm not against it. But Zara, like H&M, for example, doing these collabs, and you can find like good quality clothing in H&M. Like you have Uniqlo, you have those brands that actually go buy from fast fashion brand, but the price is decent and quality is still there. Like it's wearable. It's not going to be one use. It doesn't feel cheap. Some of them are actually really good quality as well. But what I find in Zara, the quality always look shit. They go all for the style and they don't give a shit about quality, and it really bothers me. And even if like recently Zara had this really amazing marketing that felt very artistic, that was probably kind of like hinting that they're trying to go into more of a luxury aesthetic. But whatever, like the designs that they do, like very trend oriented, and some of them are really cool. Like some of them I do like, but you go to a shop, you touch it, and it feels as cheap can feel. Like when you touch it, the polyester, okay, it's polyester, but at this point you can make polyester appear at least better quality. But this polyester from far away in a shop, you can tell is the cheapest polyester there is. It's like they haven't changed anything for last 15 years. So it really bothers me the quality there. And it's more expensive out of all the fast fashion brands that there are. It's more of expensive one. So what I think is going to happen, they're just going to make dresses now for £200, £300, because obviously somebody needs to pay John Galliano for all these collaborations. But it's going to be just, I don't know. And especially that they mention that, oh, John Galliano will be looking at the Zara archives. Zara got archives? Because I've not heard about what archives do they have. I'm trying to do some research for you to see what Zara archives could we see. The only thing we can look at what popular styles Zara do, because Zara does not have archives. There's no design aspect there. All the things they did for years is copy designers. So what is he going to look at? Copies of the copies that are made out of polyester, and he'll be trying to make something out of it. I don't know. I'm kind of curious, but also why we doing shit like this? Unless they're gonna surprise me, they're just going to raise the quality of this clothes drastically, and the price is not going to be a designer price randomly in Zara, because that would be very annoying if they just do the same quality they do now. And obviously they're gonna charge for it much more. It's just a matter of how much more. They're not going to keep it the same prices as now. Even though now already Zara, I think, is overpriced because it's shit. But they're gonna ask, I know people will buy it. I know people. That's the unfortunate thing in the fashion industry. Doesn't matter what they do, people gonna buy it. Like, so I'm wondering, is this gonna be downfall of John Galliano? I feel like he was getting on such a high, and now like he doesn't really need the money because he really rebuilt his name. I know he wants to like be more of a, maybe accessible. Maybe they just paying him so much. It's so hard to say what they offered him. Like he's willing to do that. It's just very like I can't wrap my head around it. What's that gonna happen? I definitely know what Zara's trying to achieve because obviously all those collabs that H&M do, they sell out like this. They put prices a bit higher, but I feel like H&M quality is better than Zara quality, and as I feel like they're not on the same level. But Zara's marketing is really good. Like that campaign that they did is beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm gonna post some pictures over here, but visually, I hate myself for liking it because I like it, but I know it's Zara, and I really hate the quality and what they represent with themselves. But unless this is going to be really big change overall for Zara and their quality and what they're doing, so hopefully that would just improve them. It's not gonna ruin John Galliano. So I think like, it might be really big, almost like a culture shock, but like industry shock for John Galliano. Because obviously working at Dior, the standards of work are much different. The factories they work are much different. The archive of those brands look much different. And imagine designer that only work for like high fashion brands goes into Zara archives, the endless warehouse full of polyester, like and like shit, basically full of random shit of a history. So I was trying to look like what were the most popular, because let's face it, there's no like archives. What are the most popular pieces that Zara had in history that we might see him you try to reuse or like refresh? So apparently I don't remember that, but apparently the most popular one was a polka dot dress in like 2019. Apparently went viral. I don't remember that, but again, I always hated Zara with purest of passion. Biker jackets, these like type of biker jackets, they do bring back every like season or two version of it. So I think we probably will see something as this. Statement necklaces, yeah, they do quite a lot because I do go to Zara with my sister because unfortunately my sister likes Zara, so I do go to Zara and see what's happening there. But I always struggle to buy something because I really like the styles, but the quality feels shit. They're quite expensive for fast fashion. Like, I don't know, I never end up buying something. I think I bought once shoes because I was looking for white shoes for a wedding and no other shop had white shoes, so I bought them from Zara, but I felt quite uncomfortable, so I only wore them for that one occasion. I have them waiting for God knows what. Structured military coats, apparently they had. Okay, could do something with that. And the slip dresses are very popular at Zara, and he's known for Zara's for slip dresses, like a bias cut silk dresses. So maybe that will be cool thing that he will reimagine. Apparently this polka dots, maybe he will do like something with polka dots because it looks like a kind of reoccurring theme in popular Zara pieces. So this dot jacket apparently was viral. I don't think I've seen it, but again, I'm not the target audience of Zara. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how. When I heard this, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it because such a like iconic designer. He's one of the best. He's creatively okay. Ignore his like a scandal situation, but if you look at the artistry of that man, he's out there, he's top of the top. And what, he's going to go do something for Zara for like 2 years as well? It's not like, oh, he will do collaboration like a lot of designers. It's one-off collaboration with H&M, but no, he's going to do 2-year situationship with Zara, so we'll see. I'm kind of excited, kind of worried why we promoting fast fashion even more. I feel like that's gonna promote fast fashion even more to there already is. But yeah, let me know, what did you think about it when you heard about the situation? What do you think gonna happen? Are you excited? Are you fan of Zara? Not fan of Zara? What do you think about this situationship that John Galliano will do? Do you think it will help Zara and ruin Galliano, or do you think it's gonna work out fine? I don't know how he could come out alright from it. Like, you can't really do 2 years at Zara and then what, go to Dior? I don't know if that's how it's gonna work. So I wonder what his plan is going to be after these 2 years. Are they gonna renew then his contract if he likes it, or what is he gonna do? It's a very interesting situation and quite new for industry. So it's interesting thing to look at how it unveils and what happened with it. So yeah, share your opinion in comments, subscribe or whatnot, and we'll wait and see when the collection actually comes out.